You on live with Londie. What's up, sweetie?
Hey, what's up with you?
I just want to say thank you for calling in my little old show. I'm honored to have you on. Everybody, this is Rosenberg-Raw on the line. Follow him on Twitter at Rosenberg-Raw 610. I'm happy that you're on. I'm ready to get it in.
I'm ready to get it into. We've been talking about.
All right, how you doing this evening? Now, before anything, how you doing anything? I just want to say thank you again for calling in my show. I appreciate that. But all right, so let me ask you this question: When did you fall? All right, when did you realize that you wanted to? Actually, I'm gonna take it back. Who were some of your rap influences growing up? I'm gonna take it back because I got time with you.
That's a good ass question. It was a lot. Definitely like State Property and the whole Rockefeller movement because they was like the big scene in Philly at the time. You know what I mean? Like Major Figures and Ram Squads and just like shit in my city that I could relate to. But on the other hand, that's just my bias side of music. But like in the industry wise, as far as outside of where I'm from, Slim Shady definitely. I am half white, so I definitely can. I definitely can relate to a lot of shit that he be spitting. Not the crazy bullshit he be talking about stabbing his wife and shit. You know what I mean? But I can relate to some of the songs he done put out. Definitely 50 back in the Get Rich or Die Trying days. That 50 is one of my favorite all time. To be honest with you, Jigga. Usually everybody favorites the usual. Nobody different really. You know what I mean? That's really who probably influenced me.
Those are a lot of heavyweights, and that's cool for to be young and to know these names like that. That's cool. But see, I always ask my guests this question. Like, I only try to have people on my show who I think that have the gift. Like, some people have a gift of how can I say putting words together. You know what I'm saying? But then there's people who have the gift, who actually have the gift. When did you realize that you had the gift? Because people who I ask on my show, I feel they have the gift. You know what I'm saying? So I know that you feel you have the gift. So when did you realize that you did?
Well, I remember when I was like 10, 11, I always used to freestyle for my older brother and his friends and shit. This before I used to even write raps. But, I always used to freestyle and shit, and they used to like it, you know what I mean? So when I got around like 12 or 13, I tried to start writing raps, and it wasn't as hard as I thought. And once I wrote a few of them and started spitting to a few people, and I seen they was feeling it, I really started getting real serious about it. I really started taking it serious instead of just writing raps, hoping that people liked it. You know what I'm saying? So when niggas started really feeling my shit, I really took it serious and wanted to, make it a profession in any way I could, whether it was battling local cats from the area or, battling, making little bets, trying to, having people judge it just on the streets or anything, That's when I realized I had it when other people started telling me how talented they thought I was. You know what I mean? Because before I didn't take it serious when I was a young boy, but, when people really started, saying that they thought that, I should take it seriously, I say around like 13, 14, when I really started battling heavy, I started falling in love with it right around the time when Reed Dollars and all them started taking off, and that scene was real big at the time.
Right.
That's around the time I fell in love with it, and, I felt like I was a hot rapper right around junior high school.
Oh, okay, because that was going to be my next question. I was going to ask you, when did you actually fall in love with bars, but you already answered that for me. So just, saying in reference... here,
I didn't mean to cut you off. What I was going to say is...
No, it's all right. That's sweetie.
Back in around when I first started rapping, it was about bars, but bars is such an overused word nowadays because, back then when I started rapping, it wasn't about just bars. It was about flow, punchline, delivery. It wasn't just bars. That's more on the battling side. A lot of people, they get it misconstrued and just think that, battle rappers been battle rappers all their life. I was a rapper before anything. I became a battle rapper because that's what blew my name up, you know what I'm saying? But I was a rapper for a battle rapper. So, you know, bars, I didn't fall in love with and start really understanding bars until I started, you know, smacking URL started popping off because that's when it just became about all bars. You know, I had to actually make an adjustment when I started battling in Block City and PGs and shit because it just wasn't what I was used to. You know what I mean? So,
right.
You know, if you want to ask me when I fell in love with bars, that was late because that's what. It's not even like falling in love with it. It's like you gotta have bars if you wanna play in this field. You gotta have bars because that's what the fans is mesmerized by. You know, that's what they look for. Bars. You know, flow don't really rock in a battle.
Well, I asked my guest that because, you know, before I asked my guest that question because, you know, like in reference to tying it in with their rap influences, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of y'all, you know what I'm saying, were, you know what I'm saying, fans, you know what I'm saying, or started off as fans of bars, you know what I'm saying? I'm a bar female, you know what I'm saying? Like like you said back in the days, like I remember it being all about, you know what I'm saying, just having words that rhyme that was clever or a diss or a sneak diss and like a battle, you know what I'm saying, in a cipher listening to niggas just get mad witty or making a whole rhyme about what a nigga had on and diss this shit, and if a nigga came in interrupted him while he was barring, that was a challenge and they start going back and forth with each other. So a lot of y'all battlers, you know what I'm saying, I asked that question because of such and such might say, oh, I fell in love with J bars, you know what I'm saying, and that's what gave me the, you know what I'm saying, the motivation to want to do this, you know what I'm saying, full time. That's why I asked that question. But you had already answered it, so that's cool. But let me ask you this: your first battle, right? Your very first battle. Who did you battle? At least I know, but I'll introduce it to them. Who was your very first battle, and were you nervous?
You know, it's crazy. I remember it like it was yesterday too, because it actually went real well for me. My brother used to play basketball for this little travel. Matter of fact, I think it was just a recreational league, and you know, all my homies and everybody who went to the school, you know what I mean, and went to school with us, they used to go to the games and shit back then when we was around like in our, you know, young teen, like 13, 14, that was a thing to do, go to the basketball games and shit. And it was this Chinese boy who rapped. His name was Kapili. He actually was on 106 in Park Freestyle Friday. I think you can find it on I'm sure you can find it on YouTube, but his name is Kapili. I think it's Capilli. He actually hot as shit if you go and look him up on YouTube. He's from around my area. He a good he's definitely a hot artist. I wouldn't even call him an MC. He's more like an artist, but you know, he was hot at the time, and everybody, you know, in the high school, you know, was jocking him. So, you know, I went to the game expecting to battle him and shit, and I was like 13. And we went to the game, and right at halftime, everybody left the gym and went outside in the parking lot, you know what I mean, and we did the battle. It was like 4 or 5 rounds. You know, I was killing him, and he was a little older than me, so, you know, the fact that I was a little younger than him and I was killing him, you know, everybody was giving me mad love for it, you know what I'm saying? But that really jump-started the battle thing for me. That's when I thought I could battle anybody. I was just running around every day. Who want to battle? Who want to battle me? I'll battle anybody. And, you know, that was my first battle that really had me thinking I was the shit.
Oh, okay. So coming up like with Block City, because I fuck with Block City heavy. Coming up with Block City, like in reference to just you and, you know what I'm saying, ushering yourself, y'all coming in, like you and Bill Collector, and who else battled Block City? O-Red, a lot, but O-Red was never in a PG class. He just, I didn't remember him being in the PG class, but in reference to y'all battling on Block City and then transition into the URL, like, what was the difference, you know what I'm saying? Because to me, Block City had spitters, but they spitters was more, you know what I'm saying, street, you know what I'm saying, compared to the characters and alters of the URL, and that's me saying it. Yes, 2210 is saying it.
The O-Red battle for me was the O-Red battle for me was a real humbling battle because a lot of people don't know that I battled QP before I battled O-Red. The O-Red battle just came out first. So a lot of people, it kind of looked good for me because it looked like, you know, I had took a nice convincing loss to O-Red, but then I came back and beat QP. It was actually the other way around. You know, I had a great battle with QP, and then I lost to O-Red. But what actually hurt me was the fact that I came up in Block City when I did the battle with Speed Dollar. That went real good for me. But then I went to the URL. I did real good there against QP. and it kind of fucked me up because then when I went back to Block City, you know, I thought I was kind of feeling myself a little bit, and old Red at this time was kind of having a little. This is right after his battle with Scripps. He was on the decline at the time, you know,
right.
and I prepared for the old Red that was fucking up, not writing for his opponents, and you know, I got in there and he took me real serious, you know, and it was a rude awakening for me. So, you know, that battle right there, the difference between, you know, that showed me that you can lose on any league, any venue, to anybody at any time, no matter what their performance was last battle, you know. So what really showed me is that I really just need to, you know, be on my game a little bit more, no matter what type of venue I'm in. You know what I'm saying? That was the difference for real. Matter of fact, it wasn't really a difference because Red's a URL vet. You know what I mean? So it wasn't really a difference from Block City to the URL. Block City got a URL feel. It's just in a smaller venue. So
right.
the performance don't come into play as much at a Block City battle as if you was going to a battle with people paying tickets for. You know, a lot of people expect performance when you at a big venue, you want a big crowd, you know what I'm saying? But when you in a small little bar or something like that, performance don't really mean shit.
But I was just getting ready to say in reference to ushering in, like you saying, Red is a URL vet. They don't on paper he not. Well, he got mad battles, but they don't treat him like he is. In my opinion,
I think Red is top 5 battle rappers in the world currently right now.
Red is my favorite. Red is my favorite battle rapper. He's number one on my list.
I can't name 5 battle rappers better than Red right now. So you know,
Red been my top since he battled.
You know, I've always been an Red fan. I always fucked with Red even before I battled him. I remember when he had battled Young Cannon. I had first, you know what I mean, clicked on it, and I'm like, yo, this nigga hot as shit. I was putting all my homies on him, like, yo, go check out the Red boy. So I was a fan of him before I even battled him. So, you know, I'm always, you know what I mean, a little humble when I go back and watch the battle and be like, damn, I actually battled him because I think of him highly. Like I said, I think he's a top 5 battler in the world. Like, not in the URL, not in the he's a top 5 battler in the world. So, you know, it's definitely humbling the fact that I battled him. You know, win, lose, or draw was a good experience.
Okay, I want to talk about your battle with JC.
Okay.
Now, when you battled JC in Detroit, now that Detroit card with me was heavy. Like a lot of y'all at the time, y'all was just y'all coming in. You, Tay Rock, who else? Right. Yeah, you and Tay Rock, y'all had the best. And Big Cannon, but Big Cannon, you know, was coming from Ground Time. Y'all had the best battles. Like Tay Rock killed QP. He 3-0'd him in Detroit. That was bad. And you and JC, I gave you the battle 2-1. JC had some shit, but I gave you the battle 2-1 because of the fact you had the crowd. You understand what I'm saying? In reference to this, bringing back to the point about the performance, like coming from Block City and then to the PGs, you know, a lot of certain battlers that came in, y'all all came in the class. You, JC, John, Bill Collector, QP, y'all all kind of came in, City all kind of came in with that same class. You understand what I'm saying? And like some of them got pushed, in my opinion, this is me saying this, got kind of pushed because of the fact of the overperforming and the overacting or whatever the case may be, and not so much emphasizing on bars. You know what I'm saying? That's just me.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, what I would have to say about that before I, you know, talk about the JC thing, I mean, a lot of people got to understand, man, it's politics in anything that has, you know, power or popularity. And, you know, a lot of times the fans don't understand that. You know, it's not all peaches and cream behind the scenes. You know, it's frustrating because, you know, it's a lot of cats that deserve something that other cats are getting that's not as deserving, you know, and it's, you know, you really, what can you say about it? You know what I'm saying? It's like anytime anybody go off on it, whether it's Twitter or something like that, you know, it's a problem. You know what I mean? Whether it's the league speaking on it or it's the fans speaking on it. So, you know, it's all about politics, man. I mean, it's not always the hottest cats getting the best opportunities. And I'm not speaking for myself. I'm just speaking in general, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I mean, That's what it is. It's just politics, and that's why, cats get, special treatment and get pushed and get over-pushed. Then, certain cats should be pushed. Like, for a prime example, and it's no shots at nobody because, on the rap tip, I think he's hot, but, John the Don, I think, is a prime example. Remember, this is just my opinion, is a prime example of somebody over-pushed, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody like, let me think of another cat that wasn't Big.
He's
Cannon,
the only one.
Example. Big Cannon's a prime example of somebody who's hot. Who, when you go, he might not have the views to back it, but if you go watch Big Cannon entertaining half the time, but he don't get pushed as much as some of these other cats that even came in the game after him because maybe they might not think he's as marketable, or maybe they not feeling him behind the scenes, or maybe a nigga like Norbs is pulling strings. It's not all. It's people got motives, man, and when you got people up in them front offices making decisions, and sometimes they make decisions off of their feelings and not off of production. And that's just how the game goes, man. It's the good with the bad. So,
But sometimes that can backfire. Sometimes it backfires.
It can backfire. It can backfire.
It backfired with QP because, in my opinion, it backfired with QP. Norbs was like, that's my favorite, blah, blah, blah. That's not.
Well, it also backfired with Big K, versus me. That was a prime example of a fixed situation. A lot of people don't understand that battle right there was fixed. That was my funeral battle. That was supposed to be the battle where I got killed. They wasn't going to bring me back no more. They was going to cut me off, and it backfired. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't understand, like, you got to be smarter than just, you got to know the game. And a lot of people don't know the game. They just think it's, you're battling, you write about the person, and you come and battle. Nah, people got secret motives and hidden agendas behind every decision. You understand what I'm saying? So, that wasn't me and Big K was battling because they thought it was a good matchup or because we was two aggressive light-skinned niggas. No, you know what I'm saying? You look at it, Big K and me are similar. Not as far as sounding alike. Our appearance is pretty similar. We both are straightforward, aggressive talkers. We both happen to have the same skin color, and if you remember at that time, Rosenberg-Raw was fucking up on third rounds, and, a lot of people were starting to throw the towel in on me. They were starting to give up on me, and Big K was supposed to come in and take my spot, a new improved Rosenberg-Raw, you know what I'm saying, and, it backfired in their face, and, that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes, sometimes you come up with hidden agendas, and they blow up in your face, so, like I said, man, it goes both ways.
Right. Well, that battle, I was there for that battle, and you won that battle.
Definitely was. I surely love that guy.
Of course. I'm always to support, just genuine people and people, in reference to just bars. But, I'll fuck with you heavy because you're a sweetheart. But I was there for that battle, and it was like, you were not so much back down. Niggas, I was in the front. Niggas was talking their shit, and you was talking shit right back to them. They didn't expect you to talk your shit back to them, and then you came with that second round, and that third round was like, come on, son, like, that was the nail in the coffin. And just in reference to you, just your unorthodox style, just the way how, it's not so many gun bars. It's just like on some grown man bars. That's why I can understand why, Goods and them have stepped to you in reference to Jordan, because that you do fit with that mold, you know what I'm saying? But you in your own lane. But, you wasn't even supposed to battle him first. You were supposed to battle Real Deal, right?
I was supposed to battle Real Deal, but he turned me down at the time. I don't know if he felt as though I wasn't worth it or it wasn't doing him no good. But after I was supposed to battle Real Deal, he wouldn't take the battle. So I wasn't even going to be on that card. And then somewhere out of nowhere, Norbs called my phone. I ain't talked to the man in 4 months. Last thing I thought, we wasn't even cool, and then he called me out of nowhere like, yo, I want you to battle Big K. So, that shit just came out of nowhere. The Big K battle happened, and then Real Deal called me asking to battle. He all of a sudden wanted to battle me after the Big K battle. So, that's how things go. So
are y'all going to battle? That's my next question. What you got?
I haven't been in contact with the URL in a long time, like maybe about 4 or 5 months. I think I might have called Beasley one time in the last 6-7 months. We had the battle set up. I was going to battle Real Deal. They told me it was going to be in Texas at the hip-hop convention. Would have been a good look, but I wasn't comfortable. I wasn't comfortable taking that battle all the way in Texas, especially with having a battle in New York, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to make sure I had my peoples there, you know what I mean, my homies that, you know, wanted to come and support me. I didn't want to go all the way to Texas. I just didn't feel like that was a proper situation for me to battle Real Deal in. You understand? And, you know, like I told you off the interview, you know, some of these all-white rappers get special privileges, you know what I'm saying, with this crowd. The crowd is a little sensitive towards them, you know what I'm saying, so they give them leeway off of shit that, you know, they wouldn't give a SCO or a Rich Dollars, you know what I mean, but if a Real Deal saying that they ooh and they eyeing it, so, you know, that's just how it is, man. But, yeah, I don't know if we're going to battle. I haven't been in contact with him in a long time. Like I said, I called him one time. They didn't reach back. When we had the Real Deal battle set up, once they called me and said it was in Texas, I called them back maybe a week later and told them I didn't want to do the battle anymore. I was going to focus on my music and, you know, I was going to try to do a little self-promotion and, you know, I was going to get back in the ring and I was going to get back at him when I was ready and I thought we was on good terms. But, you know, when I hit him back, I guess they might have been doing their little BT thing behind the scenes. So, you know, it might have just been bad timing on me. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you miss the train. So, you know.
So you do have so would you so you plan on getting back in the ring, and if so, like is there anybody that that you know you got your eye on in reference to just, you know what I'm saying, because it's not like you have to reestablish yourself. That's another thing. A lot of battlers.
If I didn't battle in 5 years and then I all of a sudden hopped on a battle card, nobody would be like, yo, who the fuck is Rosenberg-Raw? Like, I'm solidified. I'm solidified. I've been a million places when I'm home. And random people walk up to me and be like, yo, that's you, you Rosenberg. So I haven't been rapping for a while. So, you know, my name is solidified in the battle world. I put enough groundwork in to be known whether I battle again or not, which I plan on doing it. I got to get some, you know, some on the business side, get some things squared away with a few leagues that, you know, that I need to handle. And once I handle that, you know, I plan on getting back in the ring. But, you know, if I do get back in the ring on one of these little small leagues, you know, you won't see it highly promoted by me, you know what I mean, unless it's a, you know, a big, huge battle. If I get in the ring with a small-time name or at a, you know, a small-time league, it's really just to keep my razor sharp and, you know, keep my pen moving. And more of trying to spar around. That's what I like when I battle D-Boy.
And that's what I like about you.
Yeah, if I when you go see I battle D-Boy, Renegade, Speed Dollar, T. Riley, these was all battles just to keep my gloves on and make sure I stayed in shape as far as on the rap tip, you know what I mean? So if I do that, that's, you know, and I plan on doing that, you know what I mean? That's what I got up in the future. And you know, if I got to go through a couple of these, you know, these small-time cats just to, you know, let them know that I still got it. That's cool. I'm still the same Rosenberg. You know what I'm saying? I still got the same bars. And anybody who was a fan of me or, you know, fucked with my movement or fucked with what I was doing, I'm still the same old cat. You know what I'm saying? I still bring that same aggression to the battle. You know, I'm still unorthodox. I sound like nobody. I sound like nobody. I don't do slow it downs. I don't do I just dissed yous. I don't do say it agains. I don't do none of that shit. I'm my own. I never follow suit to none of these niggas who be doing these, everybody copying the subtitles and the bring it back. So I've never done that. I've always been original. I always bring my own flavor, my own style, my own gangster to the battle. And, you know, that's always going to be me. And that's why real niggas fuck with me. I don't kiss ass. I don't do none of that. I don't, you know, I'm just my own person, man. That's why, you know, stay true to myself, you know what I mean? And, you know, a lot of cats, man, I don't even understand, man. When I battled QP, I was 17 years old. I'm only 20 right now. I don't know if I still am because they got a whole bunch of new weirdo niggas. But, you know, if you go watch the Big K battle, read the description, I'm the youngest rapper in the URL. And I always thought a lot of niggas was hard on me, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn. You know what I mean? Not to ask for any pity, but shit. Like, I don't know, and you know, I don't want to get into a politic or a race issue, but I really do believe a lot of my criticism that I used to get was off the strength of me being light-skinned. And a lot of people, I see it a million times. You go in any of my battles and you read the comments, you'll at least see on every page, yo, why is he dropping the M-bomb? Why is this white boy saying nigga? You know, I mean, I just never got it. I just never understood it. I mean, you know, and I think that's where a lot of the shade comes from, to be honest with you, and that's my opinion.
Right. But I got a minute left, so I just want to ask you one more question. What are you working on musically? And you have to send me some links, sweetheart. I don't play that. You
real
have to send
quick.
me some.
SoundCloud.com/Heem, and how you spell Heem is HIEM-WIT-DA-STEAM. So that'll be Heem with the steam, and it's a dash in every word. So SoundCloud.com/Heem with the steam, and you can go listen to my music. And if you didn't really get the link, you can hit me up on Twitter, and I'll send you the link on Twitter. Actually, I'm going to go post a link when I get off, and I'll go post a link for anybody who's trying to hear some of my music.
Okay, sweetheart, Rosenberg. Everybody, this is Rosenberg-Raw 610 on Twitter, at Rosenberg-Raw 610. Sweetheart, I appreciate you calling in my show. It was a good interview. You talked your shit like I expected. He is one of the most articulate young men I've ever met, and I'm glad we mad cool. I got to have you back on next time after you battle, and in reference to some more of your music also, so I can promote that too. All right?
No doubt. I appreciate it. You know, I'm come back anytime too. I appreciate you having me.
Of course. All right. Everybody, this is Rosenberg-Raw. Follow him on Twitter at Rosenberg-Raw 610. Check out his links to his music and any information about his upcoming battles. You know, I got y'all on my timeline. This is Londie 210. This is live from the bar door. Oh, shout out all my people that are listening tonight. Shout out Justin, who's been on hold listening for the whole time.